Video right here is just a test of my iPhone 4K on the new iPhone 7 Plus. So basically, I'm going to make this video and then I can review it on the computer and you can see the video quality of the iPhone 7 Plus. Now keep in mind, this is a Plus model. The optical image stabilizer makes it so that when I'm walking regularly, not running, that the image is smooth. I'm holding it up to my mouth and talking. So basically that, I guess you could say that helps iron out some of the motion forward. But thus far I've been extremely happy with iPhone's optical image stabilizer. And what I'm really looking at now is the difference between lights and darks and contrast ratios. So I figure this is a nice place to do it because they've got so much of this natural light, so it's easier for you to be able to judge the lights and the darks when you, especially if you're watching on a big screen. Because usually if I watch my videos, I watch them on a 1080p big screen, or I use a 4K, 4K television. So basically, when you're watching it, you can see the color contrast very well. There's a lot, and that's, see, you know, it's funny, I've got people arguing with me about whether or not the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 has a better camera. But I try to tell them it's not just about the camera sensor. It's not just about what you feel looks better as a camera. The whole thing about it is you have to have a camera that corrects for the shaking, for one. So it has to correct the motion. And then on top of that, it has to be good at contrast. It also has to be quick to focus. Like one thing I don't use, I never use lock focus. I always use the autofocus. And then on top of that, you have to have some way to edit your video. And I obviously use iMovie. iMovie on iOS is the best mobile editor ever. And see, here we go. This is the Apple Store, and they still got lines. So this is the Apple Store at Roosevelt Field Mall. Still got lines. See, Samsung don't know anything about having sales like this.
I'm gonna stay here.
Okay. Samsung has no idea what sales like that look like. What else is it? Sneakers. And this thing is so, I'm looking at it through the screen, and the transitions are so smooth. Smooth, very smooth transitions. From light to dark, back to light. I'm liking that. And you know, I've never taken a photography class. I've never taken a filmmaking class. And you can probably see that by the low quality of my videos. But the simple fact of the matter is, when you have a phone like this is easily better than my Sony NX5U camera. And that thing was like $4,000 and it only shot 1080p and it couldn't store anywhere near 256 gigabytes. You know? This dude's playing the Oculus. How you doing?
The guy go longer time.
Yeah, so that's it. They have the Alienware.
I mean, one day I'll probably get
two. I think I might do this.
Hey,
how you doing?
Am I gonna have you today? Any questions?
I'm taking a look at it because last time I came, there was nobody to assist because you had to have, like, I was just taking a look. So
if you want to try it out, there's about a 15-20 minute wait.
15 or 20 minutes? Okay, yeah. I'll probably come back.
Okay.
All right.
You can always look around if you like any questions on it.
Okay. A Vive is $7.99, huh? Wow. That's a lot for a Vive. Okay, so maybe I'll come back. I was gonna play with that thing, but the problem is with virtual reality, the problem is when you have that thing on your head, they need to have people standing around you just to make sure they can hold you up in case you fall. What is this, a Range Rover Discovery, huh? Okay, so as you can see, there's like all these bright shadows and these lights and everything. So you can see that focus. In fact, that's also a good thing. I could test the digital focus right now. I could test the focus. Like, see, here's that Lego shop. There's the Lego Death Star. I could test the digital focus right now. Okay, let me see if I can see past that. All right, so that's what the digital focus looks like. So I'm standing about this far back. Lids. See if I can read that sign. That's a 6x focus. Okay, let's zoom out. Yeah, I mean, you know, the digital focus is actually pretty good. In my opinion, like, the second camera, I mean, that to me is just a gimmick. But the digital focus seems pretty decent. Let's look in Lego.
Hello. Lego store.
How you doing?
How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Lego Millennium Falcon. The Lego Star Wars. So as you can see, it's like color is pretty good. Color, zoom, it's all pretty good. I mean, this camera has a lot going for it. It really does. Yeah, this is a damn good camera. And to think about it, as soon as I finish shooting my video, all I got to do is pop the video clips into iMovie. Oh, they got scenes from the movie. So all I have to do is put it into iMovie, and the 4K will finalize it. And the next thing you know, it'll be up on YouTube. You know, Galaxy Note. It's like, takes longer to finalize 4K video from what I've seen, and that's assuming it doesn't overheat and set your house on fire. So look at all the richness of color. Some people have said that the color reproduction looks better on the original iPhone and the older 2 megapixel cameras. But the thing about it is, most people aren't really worried about color reproduction. What they want to see is sharp, high resolution images. They don't really care if I mean, you're looking at this through the eyes of a damn sensor. For all you know, the computer could change any of the colors and you'd never know about it. You know, color reproduction is one of the hardest things to do with digital cameras because they always have software that wants to do post-production on images. This thing is really damn sharp. Look how sharp these cameras are. Nobody can even possibly argue with me. No one can argue with me that the iPhone 7 has probably the best camera in any smartphone ever made. And I heard somebody say something about an Xperia, something. Nobody cares about any of that stuff. Like, you could try to say stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense. It's a waste of time to even try to argue. Absolute waste of time.
The Vive is $799. The Rift is $599. But with the Vive, you can walk around and do controller. The Rift, you're more sitting down and being on.
Yeah. Now, here's a question. How are they ever going to sell this in a person's house? How are they? I mean, you know, granted, over time, the technology gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, but what's really missing is a standard. They need to have a standard for wireless HD video, just like we have for Bluetooth. So one of these headsets should have wireless HD video, it should have wireless audio, such as Bluetooth, and all of that needs to be together in a way that it makes sense. Because to tell you the truth, this right here, this whole system, is never going to be able to be in somebody's living room in this form. It's just not going to happen.
Now we're going to switch to guns with the shield. So with your left controller, reach over the left shoulder, like you're grabbing a sword. No, over your shoulder.
What do you mean over?
You have to reach like
bend
you're
your
grabbing
elbow
a sword.
back. Like that, and now move your arm forward. Do the same thing with the right controller.
Oh, and then they switch.
Yeah, go controller again. And so you can move around left and right, dodge is all. Feel free to walk around. When you are
I'm
ready to
getting
go,
motion sickness just watching him play it on the screen.
hold on.
Melvin, you have a POS?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just played it out.
Yeah, that's what I figured, yeah. And I'm fair to that.
Does it put display on the screen what I'm doing right now?
Sorry?
Does it display on the screen for everyone else to see what's going on?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
What you're seeing is 3 dimensional, what they're seeing is 2 dimensional.
I got you.
You continue?
Oh,
And you wait until I get to the light.
Yeah, okay, that's enough of that. I'm getting dizzy. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, back to business. I figure a 10-minute video might be enough. Maybe 10 to 15 minutes. There's such a wide array of colors in the mall. Such a wide array of contrast between lights and darks. Now, the iPhone 6s had less memory than the iPhone 7. The iPhone 7 Plus has 3 gigabytes of RAM. 3 gigabytes. The regular iPhone 7 only has 2. Now, the RAM that's in the 7 Plus helps it to be able to, keep more windows open so you can do more browsing. And it also helps when you have apps running in the background. Excuse me. Yeah. It's like Dick's Sporting Goods. Half the shit they sell is Body Glove. The other half is Under Armour. And in fact, I shouldn't say Body Glove. I should say Reebok. Reebok. Well, no, it's really Reebok, Nike, Body Glove, and Under Armour. It's like 25, 25, 25. 25. Slaughtering the deer. Now you can track them to you, make it easier. As you can see, to end this video, going back in the same direction towards the Apple Store. The Apple Store lines are heating up for those people who are still trying to get their 7. Newbury Comics. It's a comic store. You don't see those many. I'm like, how do you guys make enough money to stay in business? H&M. This is a really nice mall, but I'll tell you something. After going to the Dubai Mall, it's like Dubai Mall was the mall to end all malls. However, for the average shopper, Roosevelt Field Mall is not that bad. I gotta get upstairs. For the average shopper, Roosevelt Field Mall is just fine. In fact, it's probably the best one we've got in the New York area, honestly. I've been to some of the other ones, they're not that nice. Short Hills is nice, but it's small. Not hoping. It's like, who's buying jewelry like that? I don't understand. How does that place sell enough jewelry to stay in business? Nobody's buying jewelry like that. First of all, there's very few people actually getting married right now because the economy's kicking their ass. And then on top of that, most people are wasting all their money on smartphones and luxury cars and vacations. So it's like, how are you selling Hawaiian jewelry in numbers high enough to keep yourselves in business? Somebody has to explain that to me. It's like, yeah, we sell 2 rings and that's enough to keep us in business for the next month. That doesn't make no damn sense. We got a lot of mixture of color here. All this orange and tan and cashmere. Looks lovely. Absolutely lovely. Paninis at La Bottega. Italian restaurant. I also should mention that I've noticed that in my iPhone 7, the screen vibrates a lot more than I'm used to with the iPhone 6s Plus. I mean, the speakers are more powerful, but the screen vibrates a lot. I don't know if anybody else who has a 7 Plus. It's hard for me to even remember the name of the phone. But I don't know if anybody else noticed that. When you turn the volume way up, the display vibrates a lot. It's probably nothing. And the low light performance out of the iPhone's camera has always been lauded as one of its greatest strengths. Low light performance. It's a very sophisticated device that doesn't explode and set your hands on fire. Not like those Galaxy Notes. Look at that silver SRT Challenger. Silver SRT Challenger. Look at that.